Welcome back to the Chess Channel. Today is an epically brilliant and an epically failing game. On the same on the same episode. I played this last night, and I want to show you one move that Stockfish last night marked as a brilliant, and then it marked it as a mistake. So get comfortable. This one's interesting. This one's very interesting. We're going to learn a lot here. Okay. So this is a Vienna setup. Okay. If you play the Vienna like I do, and then your opponent plays f6, it kind of takes this thing out of the opening. So when that happens, you just play d3, and then you break in the center, and then you just play as ensues. Okay. So I played f5. Stockfish says it's a good move. It's not the worst move. It likes developing the knight here more. And then my opponent goes for my bishop. So I say, okay, you could just take it. I mean, if I go here, it's going to mess up the pawn structure. So, I mean, this bishop's dead. He takes, we exchange, and then I castle. Okay? So my opponent goes, attacks my pawn. Everything's defended. I just slide my queen up to add further support. And then I bring my knight here. We exchange, and now I have this very interesting little V set up in the center with my pawns. I was thinking maybe playing here with the pawn or whatever. So my opponent's castled, and then I bring my knight here. So I was kind of playing hope chess here as I saw this idea, forking the rooks, but I should have known better because this is a 15-minute game. And the fact that my opponent has time to think, this does not really work. So I think my opponent blundered by not taking. I think he meant to take, or I don't know what the hell happened here. So that's a very interesting move. I think that was a mouse slip of my opponent. So I develop, and then I just bring my knight back. So this was useless. It was completely useless. En passant happens because if you could play en passant, you must play en passant. I mean, not really. That's kind of a joke, but all right. G5 pushing, coming after my king, and something very interesting starts happening here. So now it's just a gigantic race for who can hit the king first. So he's just going. The pawns are off to the races. I stopped the advance, but that's clearly not a better move. Stockfish wants me to play knight to d2. And my opponent just continues, and I'm like, all right, time to break it open. And here I'm able to get a fork. So I take the bishop, but my opponent is threatening way more. So this move here, I sacrificed my knight, and Stockfish marked this as a brilliant. But now, looking back, it marked it as an inaccuracy, which is very, very interesting. So here is where I thought I started playing like Mikhail Tal. If you don't know who that is, he's one of my chess heroes. He's one of the craziest, most sacrificial players in history. He was a mad genius. Okay, so I'm like, all right, it's time to go full Mikhail mode. All right. So in this position, Stockfish just wants you to play for a draw. Okay. According to Stockfish, the best move is to just keep repeating moves. So this is best according to Stockfish. Over and over playing for a draw. But I think I'm smarter than Stockfish. I didn't see that at the moment. That was a spoiler. So I decided, you know what? Here, please take my rook. I thought this was a brilliant move. And it's not. So my logic was getting the rook in. As you can see, the eval bar is just plummeting at this point. And I just really have nothing. And I did not anticipate the fact that he could block with his bishop. And then I have nothing. I have nothing at this point. He blocks with the queen, he blocks with the bishop. And then I mouse slip at the end. I mouse slip. I meant to take the queen, and I accidentally hang my queen at the end. And that is the game. That's really how that went. I thought I was playing like a mad genius, and I was just playing like a mad psychopath. I got nothing, man. That really happened. So The moral of today's episode is if you're going to sacrifice pieces, make sure that your ideas are sound because mine were not, and I paid for it in my life. All right. Peace out. See you tomorrow, guys. That's today's episode. Goodbye.